Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm a certified recovery coach, and it's recognized by the ICF, the International Coaching Federation. And today I want to talk about smoking and triggers. And it's difficult to talk about smoking without talking about alcohol with that, but my main goal in this video is to talk about cigarette smoking. What can you do? I don't know whether you're a smoker right now, but I'm speaking to people really who have are in the process of trying to quit smoking, whatever it is you're using to help you get by at the, like whatever it is, a nicotine patch, gum, whatever it is. So those are the people I'm speaking to, but I'll also incorporate alcohol into this. And when I make these videos, please know that I suffer with a lot of physical pain, both in my body and abdomen, and I do have difficulty speaking, so bear with me. I was a smoker. I was a smoker of almost 20 years, pack-a-day smoker. So I was the type of person who found it, I found that most people who smoked were able to go for, I could probably go the rest of the day without a cigarette. And I never understood that. I was never that type of person. When it came to having a meal or, whatever it is, being at work, needing to go on a break, every single meal that you eat, every single thing that you do, you're always imagining having another cigarette, right? And so in my own life, yes, I quit, but the way in which I quit was more forced because of issues I have in my throat. But I still smoked. I haven't smoked for over 10 years anyways. And I certainly remember the enjoyment of it, but it wastes a lot of money, right? It wastes a lot of money. When I grew up, so I'm older than I look. When I began smoking, it was like $2.75 in a vending machine. Then all of a sudden it started to go up more and more and more. And I'm in Canada, so I think the prices here probably don't reflect what it might be in the US, but the prices went up exponentially. I'm talking like for a pack now, it may be Canadian dollars, so I can't convert that to American right now, but I don't know, it's like 73 cents on the dollar or something. But it's like $13 or $14 per pack. Just insane. And so I'm glad I don't smoke anymore, I can tell you that much. So what are the triggers, and what are the things that you can do to help stop smoking? And the reason why I incorporate alcohol into it is because they're like two in the same thing, right? It is one of the triggers to make you smoke if you're drinking alcohol, which I hope you're not. Pardon me for a second. I go in and out of my videos because of my abdominal pain, so just mind me for a second. And so if anyone needs help for addictions, mental health, just looking to develop goals in your life, looking for strategies to have a healthier lifestyle, I'll leave my my email in the description box. I'll also leave my website link. You can go look at it. you basically have all the information here, but I'll still show you the website. So obviously the first thing you're going to look at are going to be places that trigger you to smoke, right? And so as far as places, it could be a restaurant. I go out to restaurants because there's good food there. They have a burger and fries, but afterwards, and I don't know in the States if they still allow smoking in restaurants, but they don't where I live. They cut that out about 20 years ago or longer. I remember being able to smoke inside. It made it so much more convenient, eh? But, those are the types of places. Bars, obviously. There are a lot of different places. Those places that, whether it's a friend's house, whether it's a situation, wherever you are and whatever causes you stress to make you smoke, the smartest thing to do is to plan ahead of time, right? It's almost like a relapse prevention. You're gonna plan ahead so you don't have to face those triggers. So you're gonna have to identify what those things are. And a lot of people, for myself with smoking, I was a diehard smoker, and if I drank alcohol on the weekends, which I was a substance abuser, I smoked a lot of cigarettes. Stay away from, this is your health. This is the rest of your life. This is something, if you don't stop smoking now, you might end up with a lot of different unwanted diseases, and cigarettes can make it very difficult for you to sleep. You wonder why you can't sleep because of the nicotine, because of all those chemicals. And you wake up and you want one right away. But the people you hang out with, if what's more important to you, your health. And I understand what it's like to, someone asks you, why do you smoke? I've just always been used to, I've always been used to having something in my hand, right? And it felt foreign, it felt alien to me when I was forced to quit smoking. And I'm glad I did, because I live a healthy lifestyle now. Find something to replace that. Find some gum. I'm not kidding, you wonder, you put it up to your mouth, you take a puff. You can do that with something else. And I know a lot of people, and I'm not giving medical advice here, use those nicotine replacement. And, those are better than all the rest of the chemicals. But guess what? You're still stuck with that nicotine. I champion people who try to quit smoking cold turkey. And it does say that it's harder to quit than heroin. I'm not sure if that is true. Those two look completely different, but I understand what they mean of the complexity. There's a lot of, nicotine is very addictive. It's very addictive. You're going to have to learn to cope somehow. You're going to have to plan things out. How am I going to deal with this? What am I going to do? Start thinking about a healthy lifestyle now. Some people might trade that with food. And, I would say don't trade that with unhealthy foods. There are good foods out there, right? And the unhealthy foods I'm talking about are white sugars, too many carbs and that type of stuff. And I suppose it's better to gain some weight. I don't mean bad weight either, than to end up with lung cancer and COPD and all that type of stuff. Pardon me a sec, guys. I want you to live a healthy lifestyle. I want you to be well. How about exercise? Every time you feel like a cigarette, how about putting on your shoes? You know, these days, a lot of people in the society that we're living in today, there's a lot of people that have trouble because they're on their phones. They're, you know, forever in their computers. They're on their phones. And people have become lazy. They can't even get their shoes on to go out for a walk. But when you get out for a walk and you realize, like, wow, I don't know where you live. I live in Canada. Where I am, it's cold, but I still appreciate, you know, the beauty of outside. And, you know, it's nice to do that. So when you face a craving, replace it with something. Replace it with, you know, like I feel like I need to have a cigarette right now. What do? Grab a pen, put it in your mouth, start putting a toothpick in your mouth. You ever see people who have toothpicks in their mouth chronically? I've seen that throughout my life. I bet you a lot of those people once smoked. There's nicotine gum. There's nicotine patches. But what a lot of people, okay, and here's the healthy lifestyle right here. There are good healthy foods, okay? There are good tasting healthy foods. And I eat them every single day. And it helps me stay well. You know, like proteins and fruits and stuff like that, but it's not that hard to just put your shoes on and take a nice, calm, brisk walk. And so when you take you know, just like a regular walk, or just a bit above that, I would say in the majority of cases, people will build an endorphin rush after about 15 and no more than 20 minutes of walking. A lot of people are depressed today, and they wonder why. It's because of the society we're living in, where people are not exercising. What I do is, and you might see the difficulty I have in some of these videos, my back and forth here. I have some pretty severe pain disorders, and so for me to stay well, and I'm glad that I'm out of that lifestyle, you know, drinking, doing drugs, smoking cigarettes. It feels so good to be able to put my shoes on and go out for a walk. And, you know, I may not feel that well at the beginning of the day, but when I get out for that walk, I take 2 walks per day. I build up that endorphin rush, right? And, you know, it's like your serotonin, your dopamine. And I find the longer you go out for a walk, the longer that endorphin rush, which is what, you know, you can say God or whoever you want, intended for us as human beings to feel good, to have that endorphin rush. And you know what? I've learned through because I suffer with physical pain, that I can ride this endorphin rush, and it's a free, let's put it this way, a free antidepressant that actually works, a natural antidepressant. And so I take 2 walks per day, and so I ride it out my entire day. Smart idea, right? So if you feel like having a cigarette, put your shoes on and avoid all those things. Let's take I'm looking here on the computer, and I'll build off of what it says. Pardon me, I got to take a sip of water here. Physical activity You know, you can. The point of doing this is to make it a lifestyle, to make it a way of life, and that's how you start getting better. Instead of, you know, thinking in your mind, oh man, you know, like, to beat this I have to do this. No, think of it in a different light. Think of it as you're going to be healthy, and the further you get away from these, you know, the nature of addiction is the further you get away, the less it's going to affect you. Yes, you're going to go through withdrawals and stuff like that, but yeah, what about hobbies, puzzles? Learn to work with your hands. That's something I do, and something I really love to do. I build models like car models, like, you know, muscle cars, little, you know, they're really intricate things. Wood building, I can build like little wooden cities. One of my side businesses is beeswax candles, pure beeswax candles. I have a whole bunch that I make. So you can start doing things with your hands. So whatever hobby it is, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's effective, it's effective. But you have to learn to implement this at the right time. Change your environment. You know, I already said that. Avoid the places where you go. And you're gonna have to look. You know, if you really want to quit smoking, and you know, the people that you hang around with smoke too, you're gonna have to really think about this. You know, it might, if you don't want to feel like, you know, you're leaving your friends or something, discuss it with them. Tell them why. Say, I can't be around you because, you know, like, I want my health. I don't want lung cancer. I don't want heart disease. And if they don't understand, would they really be your friends? Keep your mouth busy. Drink water. Find something that's, you know, not boring, but something that will work for you. As I said, nicotine replacement. I'm not so sure about, you know, those. There's a lot of people using those nicotine replacement. You know, it's still smoking, but I guess I'm not going to give a personal opinion on that one. Learn to avoid stressful situations in general, and of course find, you know, help through someone like me. And there are groups, and there are groups you can join both out in the community, and there are groups you can find online. There's no shortage of those today, right? You can go on Reddit, you can go on Facebook, you can go on probably YouTube. And just the last thing I would say, so I'm actually not gonna get into drinking, but you know full well that anytime there's alcohol involved, or, you know, if it's at a bar, if it's at a pub, oh, it's Christmas, oh, it's, you know, in my experience, in my life, it was like, for binge drinking, for substance abuse, it was always like, oh, it's Christmas, it's New Year's. That kind of stuff I got really tired of that very quickly. I'm telling you guys, it's so much better to live a healthy lifestyle. You feel so much better. You get a lot more energy back. And once you're over the withdrawals and the cravings and everything, and even during, you just have to learn to deal with them. But when you start getting further and further away, you're going to find your life improves in ways that you may not know. So, if anyone is interested in counseling, I'm willing to help you. And so what do? I motivate, I set goals, I make you accountable for the things that you and I plan. You know, it's non-judgmental, and so I'll leave my email in the description box, and I do it by Zoom or telephone, and so yeah, I'll leave my details in the description box, And if I don't make another video, I will probably make another video before Christmas. But take care, guys, and have a nice day.